I got Call of Duty, which is great for a 27-year-old man's productivity. Just playing online, losing. Yeah. It sucks because it's the only legal place you can kick a 12-year-old's ass, and it's the only place you can't. The conversations, like when you're serious with somebody or getting serious with somebody, where you're like, God, marriage is just weird. But yeah, I don't know if you could ever see us getting married, or like, I don't know if you've seen that for us. And for some reason, like, whenever I bring that up or ask that question, I almost always, without fail, get the same response. Well, thank you for the drink, but my friends are leaving. It was really nice meeting you. I watched Home Alone like 1,000 times. Anybody else do that? Yeah? I have a favorite character in Home Alone. He's the small part, but it's the guy that does this.
Too bad Ace ain't in charge no more. I tell you what I'm gonna give you, Snakes. I'm gonna give you to the count of 10 to get your ugly, yellow, no good keister off my property before I pump your guts full of lead. 1, 2, 10. Ah! Keep the change, you filthy animal.
I also watched The Lion King, which is not usually on, but The Lion King was on. And I love The Lion King. It's Hamlet with fucking African lions. But I love James Earl Jones, don't get me wrong, but I feel like somebody else should have played Mufasa. And maybe James Earl Jones could have played Scar. I think he would have made an excellent villain Scar, because he played Darth Vader, he did that well. But I think Bernie Mac would have played like a fucking nice street Mufasa. He'd have been like, Simba, you steal this motherfucking land. All this shit's gonna be yours one day. Don't fuck it up. Running around with loose ass and bitches. I see you fucking around with Nile and shit. Don't fall victim, motherfucker. I don't care if Elton John's fucking singing while you walk about lake and shit. Don't fucking hang out with Timon and Pumbaa and shit. It's homosexuals. Don't fuck around. I have a theory that Rodney Dangerfield is Bernie Mac in blackface. It's the same voice. Like, if I just started talking like this, and then switched up a little bit and just respect. It's the same guy.
I was driving through Inglewood the other day, because I was going somewhere else. I'm not going to Inglewood. No way! But there was a sign that said Inglewood, City of Champions. And I was like, when are they going to change that to Always Up to No Good? The song's been out for like 15 years. I think they would get on that. Plus, like, champions, who are they talking? Are they talking about the Lakers? Because the Lakers play in LA. Inglewood's just the city that gets destroyed when they win. It's like a Hooverville for NBA title celebration.
Vince Scully's a stalker, I'm pretty convinced. I swear to God this happened. The Dodgers were playing the Giants, and Vince Scully was like, Omar Vizquel steps up to the plate. Omar's over 2 today. Omar and his wife had 2 kangaroos, but too much jumping around, and they had to get rid of kangaroos. Strike 1 to Omar. I don't know that. Russell Martin's Canadian. One time Russell Martin drank so much Labatt Blue that he blacked out and woke up and thought he saw a moose. Turns out it was the shadow of a coat rack. And Russell takes the name. I saw Elijah Dukes before the game, and I said, Elijah, how's the missus? And he said, you know what, then ain't no staircase too short to let a bitch know what time it is. I'm And that's strike 2 to Elijah, which coincidentally is how many strikes he has in our judicial system.
The best toy a kid can have is a cardboard box. Because you can make it anything. You can make it a rocket, a train, you can make it a spaceship. Me, I made it a plane. I made it a commercial jetliner. I pretended I was a pilot. I pretended my older sister was a stewardess. I'd slap her on the ass and tell her to go get me coffee. My mom would yell at me, Michael, Mom, this is a 60s flight. This is Pan Am. They did things differently back then. This is how it's going. I was buying lean cuisines, and I'm in line, and I kid you not, this 300-pound, 300 pounds that she was announced. She was morbidly obese. This lady should have been, recruited for Biggest Loser weeks ago. And she's standing next to me, and she sees my lean cuisine. She's like, oh, it's Swedish meatballs. I get the Swedish meatballs, too. And I'm like, you don't say. And I looked at her, and I looked at the lean cuisines, and I looked at the lean cuisines and back at her. And I just tell the checkout guy, I'm like, I'm not going to get these. These don't work. I'm just going to, no, I'll put him back. I'll put him back. And he's like, we'll restock it for you. I'm like, no, I'm going to use the exercise. I'm going to take it. If you're wondering, my dad did sound like Ralph from the Muppets. That's exactly, actually. They're very similar. They're hairy, play piano. Actually, he doesn't play piano, but he is very hairy. He passed that on to me. And he didn't prep me for it. I got no like speech like Michael J. Fox got in Teen Wolf, like, we're werewolves, this is who we are. No, I didn't get that shit. He just walked by me when I was shaving in the bathroom one day, and he was like, sucks out. And I'm like, you did nothing for this? And he's like, oh, you want a heart to heart? Call your grandpa. And I'm like, Dad, grandpa's dead. How do you not remember your dad dying? When will you learn to feel? Shit out.